South Africa has many talented chefs and food enthusiasts, but the Taste Master is looking for culinary creatives whose skills go far beyond the kitchen. It's a search which brought us to Maboneng, where Vusi Kunene, founder of Josi's first black-owned sushi bar, Blackanese, has now opened the Rooftop BBQ.
Hey, Vusi, how are you?
Hey, how's it, my man? Are you well?
I'm
Welcome
awesome,
to my
man.
kitchen. Grab yourself a cold beer.
All right. I heard you were doing something incredible here, so I decided, you know what, let me come through and give my man a hand or two.
Yeah, for sure. We're doing the barbecue. I've got some angel fish here. I've got some prawns, but some chicken wings. You've got your lamb chops, and then you've got your lamb sausages as well. We're going to create 2 marinades, one for the seafood and the chicken, and then the other one for the red meat and the sausages.
Wow.
And then we've got everything right down on our table.
So what can I help you with? What am I starting with?
Okay, maybe let me give you this. Take a bit of spice, you throw it in there.
All right.
And then here you've got like your very nice mixed herbs. And then you also sprinkled onto that as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to actually carry on with this one here.
Yeah.
So you carry on with that.
So is there
Just
any
a handful.
amount?
Just a handful.
Just a handful.
Just a little bit.
But I got big hands, man. Like,
Hey, come on, brother.
All right. Vusi, your story is one that many South Africans dream of. When did you develop a passion for food?
Having worked in restaurants for the longest time, at some stage I moved to Cape Town, worked for a couple of restaurants, and I really realized that I was very passionate about food, but most importantly, people. This is when the seed was planted. This is where now I started having all these crazy ideas.
It's one thing to have a dream, but it's another thing to turn your passion into a hit restaurant, especially in Joburg. How did you make that happen?
So I'm one of the boys that actually grew up in Joburg from the very young age. So I've always been very passionate about the city. I started a couple of years with the Blackanese, and then later on I partnered with my partner, Josh, and then we asked ourselves, what is it that's actually missing within the city? And then we thought, we need to be doing the seafood barbecue. We need to be on the roof. Let's give people not only food, but let's give them the view. Let's give them the great ambience, the good music, something new, you know, because they're used to everything else. But there must be a certain way how you give them that experience.
Yeah. Now, Vusi, on to what I'm really here for. What's the best way to marinate meat?
How I do my meat, I do not marinate it before it goes to the fire. Because now if you throw it onto the marinade and then you put it on the fire, what's going to happen? The fire is going to burn the marinade on the outside.
Yeah.
And then are you really cooking the meat on the inside?
Yeah,
So the best way to do it, take it, you chuck it on the fry, and then you fry it a little bit, and then you marinate it as you go.
All right.
The herbs season the meat and the fish.
Voila.
Okay, there we go, there we go.
Oh.
You've got your lamb chops getting a nice color there. Some spices, they cook. Then you've got this for your stuff that side. I've got my marinade for my red meat here.
Yeah. Is it the more marinade, the better?
Little bit.
Oh, so dash.
So that it cooks on the prawns as well, so that those shells that don't go dry. Turn it over.
All right.
Vusi loves his guests to learn how he creates taste.
So if you look at my lamb sausages, they're getting a nice golden color.
Yeah.
They're getting cooked. It's 5 minutes more on the fry, and then they're sorted.
Man, and height-wise?
You should not be too close to the fire because it's going to burn the outside, but it's not cooking the inside.
Yeah.
Hence, it's quite important to be turning it every now and then.
This looks and smells incredible.
When you've got it like this, ready for dishing, some starch with it, then you're good to go.
Presentation must be important.
Look, yeah, it's very, very important. If you look at the colors, I've sort of played around the colors. And then the garnish is also very, very important. I mean, if you throw in a bit of green, it brings out that freshness, brings out that color.
Yeah.
Very, very important. Food must always be lovely. When you put it on the table, people should be going, oh, wow.
Yeah. Being a taste master is not just about preparing a great meal. It's also about pairing it with the right setting and turning it into a special occasion for the people at your table.
The guests included jazz singer, actress, and private chef Lucia Mthiyane, host of Sundays with Gwwej, Themba, Gwejela, and beer aficionado Beatrice Marfleet.
Beatrice, with all the beers out there, why do you choose to start with a Stella Artois?
Well, if you think about what makes something special, you need to have good ingredients. You need great food, which is what Vusi has prepared for us here, because that looks delicious. You need a great setting, which we've got now, and of course you need great people. All these things come together and they make an occasion more special. And of course, On top of that, you need a catalyst, and that's why we start with the Stella.
That's the nice thing about the Stella Artois. You can actually pair it with anything, right?
Yes, because it's such a great beer and it's so soft-bodied but full of flavor, it really cuts across all different kinds of flavors. Umami, sweet, salty.
Lucia, you started out in the TV industry before finding your passion for cooking. How difficult is it to cook on TV? And also, what advice would you have for our contestants?
The advice I have for the contestants is just be yourself. You speak to the camera and you must know the next step. Let's say, for instance, you're cooking a curry. You must know that, okay, I'm putting oil first, I'm heating the oil, then I'm going to add onions, and the onions already should be there. But you are talking to the viewers at home as well at the same time. So your personality must shine, must always come through.
So it's basically about including them in the whole experience.
Absolutely.
Themba, as the host of Sundays with Gwej, you know that food is a universal language, bringing people from all walks of life together. What qualities should our taste master contestants possess in order to host such an occasion?
That's exactly what it's about. The fact that you are bringing a lot of different people onto one occasion. As a host, you really have to be mindful of the fact that they all have very different expectations, very different needs, and you have to always be present and actually very attentive in terms of whether they're actually enjoying the occasion, is your food meeting their expectations, and is there anything else that you could do to make the experience a bit better?
We're talking food, we're talking the ambience, we're talking the look and feel, and we're talking you being the host who's present when you're actually sitting around the table with such beautiful people.
Guys, here's to more special occasions.
Are you a whiz at creating special occasions? And could you be the resident chef on the live show Afternoon Express? Enter by midnight on Tuesday, the 22nd of October.